Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Warframe Wednesdays, the weekly show about controversial topics in Warframe. I'm your host with the most, as always, Francois878. Today's episode is going to focus on the MAG rework, which was announced several months ago by Digital Extremes, but recently during Devsteam 71 we saw some actual gameplay footage of what MAG is going to be like post-rework. And I, for one, am very excited. I think MAG, as of right now, she has a very niche spot in the game. She's basically anti-Corpus, and that's it. She's very, very good at fighting Corpus, but she definitely is lackluster against all other races in the game. If they don't have a shield, she can't really handle them. And that kind of sucks. I think that MAG has a lot of potential. I think her pull ability is an excellent CC ability, and I think she'll polarize is awesome too. So I think she's got potential, and I'm going to go into the rework here in just a few seconds. And I think this rework is looking very promising to really get her out of her niche spot in the game and really get her to be a better overall frame. But first, let's get into her first ability. Now, right now, pull is her first ability, and post-rework, it will still be her first ability. And it will remain largely unchanged. Basically, in a cone in front of MAG, when you trigger the ability, all enemies are knocked off their feet and pulled towards you. I like it. It's an excellent CC ability. It's basically the opposite of Banshee's Sonic Boom, and it is an excellent ability to give you some breathing room and allow you to escape a bad situation or reload or do whatever it is that you need to do. Now, this ability is going to receive some synergy with her other reworked abilities, but like I said, for the most part, pull will remain unchanged. Her second ability, post-rework, will be Bullet Attractor. It was her third ability, but they decided to switch Shield Polarize and Bullet Attractor around. Bullet Attractor functionally is very similar. You target an enemy, and that enemy will now have all bullets that are shot close to them kind of pulled towards them. But right now, the way Bullet Attractor works is that it only works until the enemy that was targeted dies, and then it just stops, like most abilities in the game right now. The way Bullet Attractor is going to work post-rework is that it's going to actually go for the entire duration of the ability. Basically, you're going to target an enemy, and whether they're dead or not, they will continue to have bullets pulled towards them, which obviously they're already dead, so it's a little bit less effective, but it's still an excellent defensive ability. I think that it's especially on defense missions, or if you're in like a choke point, like a doorway or a skinny hallway, I think that Bullet Attractor will be able to buy you a lot of time and will not only MAG but the entire team. You know, if you need to revive somebody, or you know, whatever whatever panicked thing that you need to do, Bullet Attractor, I feel like, will have a lot of utility in that front. Now, her third ability, post-rework, is going to be Shield Polarize. And for the most part, it's still the same. They just kind of more or less tweaked the way it works. Shield Polarize will now act more like Nova's Molecular Prime instead of it being instant. Like right now, when you hit a Shield Polarize, everything in the vicinity, everything in the area of effect will lose their shields instantly. Well, now it's more of like a Molecular Prime where it kind of slowly... there's a bubble that kind of flows around you and will kind of go away from you for the area of effect of the ability, and everything that gets hit will lose their shield and more than likely die. And it also will now affect armored enemies. Before, it only shield polarize obviously only affected enemies with shields, but now armored enemies like the Grenier and corrupted heavy gunners, enemies like that, MOAs, will now actually also receive damage and a permanent armor debuff, which is very nice. And actually, something a little cool, a little synergy item, when you hit an enemy with armor, they will actually release little bits of shrapnel around them. And you can actually, if you hit an enemy with bullet attractor around this shrapnel, the shrapnel will get picked up and will actually... they're basically like, like bullets. They'll be picked up and will hit the enemy that was targeted with the bullet attractor. And I think that was a nice little bit of synergy in the game, and I think that was just a pretty cool little effect. I'm definitely on board with shield polarize affecting armored units, and I think that's a big thing that will bring Mag out of her shell, as it were, make her not just anti-corpus. Now, Crush, for the most part, has remained unchanged. It's just an AoE damage ability. However, it was said by DE during the dev stream that they're hoping to change it later on. Originally, they seemed to think it was okay, but after reworking Shield Polarize and Bullet Attractor, they decided, yeah, Crush needs a little love too. Which I'm totally okay with. I think Crush is a little bit on the boring side right now, so I'm looking forward to what else they have, what else they come up with, and even if they don't do anything spectacular with Crush, I think the synergy between her first 3 abilities post rework will be excellent. But thank you very much for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Please let me know in the comment section what you guys think of the rework. Until next time, I've been your host with the most, as always, Francois878, signing off.